Alright, in this video we're going to cover cheats for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on NSO. So ordinarily you can see down here at the bottom left that the game would say Tails in quotation marks instead of what his actual name is. At the title screen, if you press up, 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 down, 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 and then up, you'll hear that ring sound effect. And when you go into the level, it will say Miles instead. Now, like a lot of Genesis games, you can actually access cheats through the sound test menu. So go to options, go all the way down here to sound test. Now, to play the sound, you press A on the Switch controller, but if you press Y on the Switch controller, A on the original hardware, you can jump the numbers by 10. This is important because it's actually more than 10 clicks every single time, as you can tell. And then if you keep pressing, you'll eventually end up back to 0. So the first one we need to do is 19, and you play this track. Then you go to 65, and it will play a sound effect, which you probably won't really hear. Then you're going to go back to 9. Then you're going to go to 17, and then you'll hear that ring sound effect. Press start. And then when you get to here, hold A on original hardware, hold Y on NSO, and press start. And you now have the level select menu. You can go to any level you want, and then there's also another sound test menu. And using the stage select sound test, we can actually activate a debug menu, because we need it to be on 1, then 9, 9, 2, 1, 1, 2, and then 4. And then you'll hear the ring sound to show that you've entered it incorrectly. Select the stage you want to go, and as you do, hold Y on NSO and original hardware and press start. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, to be honest with you. Oh, we can just place rings. Cool. So the Y button is to switch the object you're placing. A is to or A on NSO is to place it down, and B is to turn off or on debug mode. So yeah, you could set a very weird checkpoint thing here. Set a bunch of rings. What is this? Invisible thing, waterfalls, platforms if you need them, spikes. If you want to make it funny, you can get a spring pad, a couple spring pads. You can place enemies. I don't know what this thing is. And then of course we're back to more rings. And then when you're done with all that, you just need to press B, and then you'll be returned back into Sonic. And then you can go collect all the rings. You can tag the checkpoint that we've set. And then if you press start and then you press Y, it'll just reset the game and take you back to the home menus. Interestingly enough, there's also another way to use the debug menu if you have both Sonic and Tails. Keep charging up your spin attack and then press B to turn on the debug menu. And Tails will keep doing that and making that ungodly sound. But basically just go to an enemy and then start placing them on Tails repeatedly. And over time, you'll eventually just start getting a bunch of lives, just massively. Alright, now, as you can tell, we've gone above 99, and the game is kind of glitching a little bit here. It was never meant to have this many lives, but you can go above 99 lives. Now, there's also a way you can cheese the debug menu by simply turning into whatever you want, and then just going to the end of the level. And then switching to Sonic. Although, as you can tell, it kind of glitched out the sign there, but it does work. Funnily enough, there actually is a 0 sound mode in this for whatever reason. And if you go to the number 7E in the sound test, and you play that, it will completely kill the audio in the game. And then if you press plus to go back to this menu, you'll notice the Sega logo didn't say anything, and the rest of the game does not have audio now. The only way to undo this is to reset it, and then it should be back to normal. Now, if you do the level select cheat to unlock this menu, and then in this sound test, put in these codes, you'll be able to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds. 4, 1, 2, and then 6. You hear the Chaos sound effect if you've done it right, and then select any stage from the menu, and not only be able to turn into Super Sonic when you get 50 rings, but you'll also get Sonic's second ending after beating the Death Egg Zone. There we go. I kind of used the debug menu to show off, but yeah, you actually can become Super Sonic like this. And here looks to be the secret ending that you get if you get the all the Chaos Emeralds before you go to the Death Egg. Also worth noting, Tails has his own ending if you go to the Death Egg. If you can actually beat that level with Tails. That's all for this one. Happy haunting.